bet you thought, it's fall now, I don't have to garden anymore. Well, yes, you do. In fact, we can actually make an argument that now is the time to be doing your gardening. Frank Ferragine is here to tell you why. People are starting to put on their little moto jackets and their capes and their blanket scarves. And you're saying, no, people, get into that yard and do some fall planting now.
Right.
Why is now a good time?
So first off, just weather-wise, perfect work weather to be outdoors. We have really warm ground temperature right now. So warm ground, cooler days, greater frequency of rain. The plants just put the roots in. The roots are like, oh, this feels so good. And the roots just go out and get established. The next thing you know, a healthy bottom equals a healthy top.
Right.
So perfect for root establishments.
Okay.
The other reason why it's so great right now is that who likes a deal? Anybody like a deal?
I like a deal.
Like a deal?
I like a sale.
Yeah. Right now, most plant material is on sale at many different garden centers. Sheridan was thankful to bring us all these, and they do have a sale on right now too. So
beautiful.
You can take advantage of pricing.
Yeah.
Sometimes your selection's not as good because a lot of places are getting out of inventory.
Yeah.
But then you can also think about planting now because winter is just right around the corner. And a lot of the times we want to plant with winter in mind. We often forget that we look at our gardens during the winter months.
Yeah.
And so we forget about that winter interest. And you know, the classic evergreen that we have in the back there, just an emerald cedar, during the winter time still gives you green to your garden space.
It always looks beautiful, stately, elegant, especially if you buy them at this size.
Right.
So they already look great. And then how long does it take for them to get mature? Like many years, right?
It depends on the variety. You always got to remember about mature height, but it will take several years for them to grow in that space.
Okay.
The other nice thing about that is for birds, it provides really an area where they can go and hide.
Yeah.
So in the winter months, it's going to provide protection for them. For those that live in the prairies, you can actually plant that for a windscreen in many locations as well, so protecting yourselves from wind. So thinking with winter and wine. So first thing is the evergreen. Second thing is too, is if let's say that you do have an issue out there with different things that eat your garden.
Yeah.
When planting, this is a perfect selection. And just don't really touch it, but touch it.
Is it spiky?
Yeah, that's barberry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so barberry has a wonderful foliage, so you get that nice, really deep purple. But at the same time, let's say that you have a problem. Many people that live in rural areas have a problem with deer.
Right.
They have a problem with rabbits. Well, if you got, the reason why plant has thorns on it is to protect itself against all those.
Yeah, don't touch.
Right.
They won't touch that plant.
So if we talk,
and really nice color as well. I love that. So you want to start thinking visual interest fall, but you also want to think about winter, right?
Right,
Both
at
of
the
them?
same time. So if you think about fall visual interest, and even Carson and myself, we always say that this is one of the nicest hydrangeas.
Lovely.
This doesn't have a flower. When you think of hydrangeas, you always think of bloom.
Yeah.
But you look at the foliage on this, it's an oak leaf foliage that turns a nice purplish red color. And the best part about this is its name.
What is it called?
Alice.
Hi, Alice.
And my mom's name is Alice.
Oh.
So my mom.
Did you get Alice? Does Alice plant Alice?
I always have Alice in my garden.
Good.
Alice is always there. She's the one guiding me through all those dark days.
She's watching you.
She watches me, and I need to be watched.
She's watching you. Always know that, kids.
I need to be watched. Yeah,
the mommy is watching.
This right here is a honeysuckle that also has a really nice color. But if you look at it, with container grown material, and that means that they've been grown in a pot since they've been little like this. I'm just going to smack that pot. You take a look at that root system that's right there. That root system's just waiting for it to go into the ground right now.
Okay.
So we're just going to break it up. And a lot of times people say, well, how late can we plant?
That's a good question.
As long as there's no ground frost.
Yeah.
I planted in December when there's snow on the ground.
I've
done landscape jobs before where we had no other choice.
Right. Now, do they need protection then when it's really cold and the wind is whipping? Do you have to do anything? Do you have to cover them? Do you have to?
Deciduous shrubs, which are those that lose their leaves.
Yeah.
They basically go to dormancy and go to sleep.
Okay, so
you
they're
don't
fine.
need to protect them. You just need to keep them well watered until that snow, that ground frost flies in there.
Okay.
You don't really have to do anything. Evergreen, sometimes you do need to do wind protection. Remember, in the winter months, it's sun and wind that dries plants out. So if they're in the windy area, you got to build a windscreen. You got to protect them from that.
Got it. Because some people might be saying, I might get the plants on sale, but if they're all going to die over winter, what's the point?
You know what? A lot of garden centers still offer a 2-year guarantee on them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I should really look into that.
Yes.
Think about all the plants I've killed.
Yeah,
I get some money back.
Well, a lot of garden centers want to say to you, like, hey, we want to build your confidence.
Yes.
We want to help you through. We want to
Help
guarantee
me.
you that we're going to give you good quality plant material.
Yeah.
That, you know, we're going to make sure that your investment's there. So a lot of them are 1 to 2 year guarantees.
I like that.
So make
I'm
sure
gonna
that you
look out
check
for that now.
when you're buying. Make sure you get a guarantee. You know, we were just talking about wind.
These are
and in the winter
beautiful.
months, you know, ornamental grasses still with some snow on it. That
Yes.
wind's blowing around. You see that beautiful, beautiful,
Yes.
beautiful.
This is very cool. I see a lot of people with the ornamental grass these days,
Yeah.
like especially in a lot of more contemporary facades.
Right.
And it looks good and it looks low maintenance.
It's totally low
That
maintenance.
looks like something I could manage.
But when you're buying this variety, make
Yep.
sure you buy a variety that's a mounding. Make sure it's a mounding.
What does that
That
mean?
means that the root system will mound together and not spread out to other areas. So when you're buying ornamental grasses, look for the mounding varieties.
Okay.
Because those with invasive roots, you're going to have grass
Forget
everywhere,
it.
and it's not the kind of grass that a lot of people like growing.
I got
I'm
that.
talking about lawn.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And then just
understood.
finally, when you're purchasing for fall, look for interesting stems. That's a dogwood that's going to have a red stem. So when you think about white and then you have these beautiful red stems with a backdrop of green,
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful interest that you can plan and plant for right now.
Really nice. Remember one year we talked about white gardens over the winter, and I think that's always something really nice to think about. Some people will say, well, no, there's snow. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
But it actually is a really nice complement to the snow. If you have any plants that have that silver kind of texture to it, it's nice to see that throughout the winter months.
It's beautiful. And when
It's
we
really
think about
beautiful.
winter interest, so important, and at Sheridan
Yeah.
Nurseries, they're always helping you with that too.
Really good. Thank you to Sheridan
Yeah.
for that.